When I look over these hills, I remember the lives that have passed through. We moved here in the summer of 1979. Nothing was here except two very old barns, one that dated back to 1895. Terry said she wanted a home with lots of natural light, and that she got. Many windows later, we had a home with no dark at all. You can lay on the living room floor and watch the stars. With the open layout, you can be preparing meals in the kitchen and talking with those in the living room. People came from Silverton, Portland, and as far as Minnesota to help build. We built our home with the idea of inviting in folks who were struggling with life issues and needed a place of refuge while they sorted things out. Little did we know how many would come. People of all ages. Individuals, couples, whole families. Some came for a few hours, some for days, and a few graced our home for some years. Of course, everyone needs their privacy, so a cabin was built next door where many of them stayed. It has truly been a blessing. In addition to our guests, students came for music lessons, teachers came to be mentored, many came for Bible studies and counseling. This home has been the gathering place for numerous events, birthdays, anniversaries, family reunions, and even a wedding. Holiday celebrations were such a special time. Christmases were highlighted by the 18-foot-tall Christmas tree in the living room. We knew with the space we had available to us, we had to add some livestock. First came the cattle, then the sheep. One special story, dear to our hearts, is the one little ram we had given to one of our guests. He raised it, took care of it, and eventually showed it at the Oregon State Fair where he brought home the blue ribbon for first place. Not long after, we realized horses were a must. Horseback riding was always a favorite from that point on. A barn was an absolute necessity with all of these animals. So with much thought and planning, we built a barn with stalls, storage for hay, and a large separate area for a shop. It was built to last and has a lot of potential. Having our own very deep water well was essential to keep everything running. There is also a year-round developed spring that can be reopened as an additional watering source. A chicken coop was built because nothing beats cooking with eggs that were just gathered that morning. The coop houses up to 4 dozen hens. There will be no shortage of fresh eggs. Terry always wanted a garden and a greenhouse, so a 12 by 24 foot all-glass wall greenhouse was built next to a large garden area. It became a place of quiet solitude as she could sit among the flowers and vegetable plants in the quiet, listening to the breeze, recharging her soul. One of the qualities that always stands out about this place is how quiet it is. Morning or evening, you can sit on any of the 3 decks and just listen to the forest life. Winters are so cozy sitting by the wood stove. There is nothing quite like listening to the crackling of the fire while watching the snow fall. A creek forms the boundary at one edge of the property that you can spend hours sitting next to, enjoying the peace and quiet. The potential here is vast. Without leaving home, you have acres of trees, pasture, old trails to ride on or hike, and space to roam. Here you'll find an abundance of peace, opportunity, and life. I believe someone with dreams to chase and ideas to grow will see this as the perfect place to call their own. This home has been a blessing to us for over 40 years. It's time for us to move on and let it bless the next family.